Hey everyone, Pupsker here, and today in the First Descendant, we're going to talk about how you can kill the Pyromaniac boss fast. Go over tips, tricks, and what to build for him. Let's take a look. So if you go to Void Intercept Battle, Pyromaniac is one of the last bosses, and one of the last ones that people really get hooked on until like Hangman, because it's a group fight. Pyromaniac, weak point type, Pierce. I think maybe that's the type of damage he does, or the type of damage you do to him. Still not actually technically sure, but whatever. Fire attack is the damage he'll do, so you want to build your defenses fire. That means, of course, the boss will be very weak against chill type attacks, so you can build your weapon for chill. You can use Viesa and any sort of chill attacks or descendants that you can think of. Literally the only descendant that I can think of with chill is Viesa, so yeah. And then of course it recommends a fire resistance of 2100, which is like build the fire resistance mod on your descendant, and yeah, you should be fine after that, right? There's a link to Morphous material, all that. If you want to do damage to the boss, balancer weakness is crush. That one is burst, the chest, and it has a sensor at the top, and that one's also crush. Weakness on the shoulder is burst, weakness on the core is burst. And then the fire amplifier is burst as well. The fire amplifier is the thing you're going to want to shoot when Pyromaniac goes like insane, when he goes immune. That's the weak point to kick him out of his immunity phase. And of course, during the fight, we will go over all of that. He is a pretty easy boss, right? Destructible part when frenzy. Removable parts, destructible parts. Pretty easy boss, all things considered. Not the worst one, but you really do need to like build up your mods and everything for Pyromaniac. Let's talk about what we're going to want to build then, right? This is my tamer. This is the damage and build stuff I usually use. Obviously, we want chill enhancement instead of electric for some more damage. Always want just damage, action, reaction, rifle reinforcing, fired up. Good damage, good increase. Obviously, fire rate up is a little useless if you have like a one magazine type of weapon, but other than that, it is pretty good, so not bad, not bad. Sharp precision shot and expanded weapon charge, just for a little bit more damage, but you wouldn't want that on small magazine weapons usually, but this is what I'm running. These are the 4 main mods, of course, so for anyone running the boss, Pyromaniac on normal, if you have these 4 mods on your gun, you'll probably destroy it, especially if you're going solo and if you can just survive. If not, you can even throw on something like chill priority to add even more chill attack to your weapon, because it adds as like another substat there. So you can add even more chill attack to your weapon type of deal, or even more damage. But when you're early on, I'd say probably these 4 mods are what you're looking for. Just 2 attack mods, a fire rate mod, and an elemental mod. But everyone can mod how they look. This is what worked for me, and this is what I did all of the bosses solo with when I was farming the game up, and I had an even weaker action reaction. I had a different attack mod, so it was even weaker. Either way, that's what I would recommend on weapons. For all of your other weapons, same idea, right? You want damage, chill, and whatever, but I won't be using these weapons, so it doesn't really matter. If you didn't know, reactors, boop, or external components, the auxiliary power can have fire resistance as a stat. So if you're really getting beat up, okay, if you don't have a tanky descendant and you need defenses, grab an auxiliary power with fire resistance. Farm them until you find one with fire resistance, throw that one on, okay? You don't want to die. Dying sucks, especially if you're like trying to do it solo or anything, but hey, that is kind of all there really is to it. For your descendant module, instead of toxin antibody, obviously you'd want heat antibody. You can throw on any other sort of fire resistance. I know there's a mod that has a multiplier fire resistance. I'm just seeing if I have it. No, I don't have it, but throw on as much fire resistance as you need. Tankiness is key, okay? And that's all there is to it. I think there is only like, apart from Viesa, I don't think any other descendant does outright chill damage. I'm just trying to think. Valby might be, no, she's water, and water's not an element. He's magnet, non-attribute tech, right? Yeah, I don't think there is actually anyone else right now that does chill outside of Viesa, Ultimate Viesa, so. Yeah, she's the only one that'll like chill the hell out of the boss. She's not the worst farm, but she could be better, right? So you could try farming her up. You could definitely try farming her up. Not really too bad. Oh, 10 out of 10. Would Viesa again, right? So she's pretty good. Would recommend. But that's all there is to like the prep of the boss. There's not much to it. Throw on your proper elements and then get to it. He is a big boss, and he is one of the bigger, like, DPS checks. I think the health between him is pretty equally split between shield and health, so I don't think you'll have the worst time fighting the boss solo in a group or anything like that once you end up building up your damage. I just really think this boss does a lot of damage, so you will have to make sure to move out of its fire attacks. A lot of it is still just like running in a circle, and it also has a fire attack where it does some AoE, and you'll have to jump over that, so a little annoying. I mean, I just haven't leveled up Bullet Rain. Maybe I will eventually. I don't know if it's more DPS overall. It might be slightly more, so hey, if you get it, use it, but I don't know. So always scan, look at the weak points, shoot them down. I, of course, have way more DPS than the boss requires because of my level. But we're just going to try and piss the boss off right now via shooting it. These things, you always want to shoot them for ammo, health. Make sure you pay attention. Always avoid those, okay? That ball shoots the hell out of you. They'll do a lot of fire damage, so like with all the other bosses, you just want to run around. Give the boss the runaround. And then shoot the hell out of it. It's about to go immune. When it goes immune, its weak point pops out of its back. You'll want to shoot that. It'll spawn you in the air, and you'll want to run out of here. Just like grapple out, or just jump. It doesn't matter a whole bunch, depending. See, and then he's up there again. He's just chilling. And you want to try and shoot that back weak point. You can run to the side to avoid that. He's charging a shot. This makes it so you can shoot the back a lot easier. It's still hard to shoot him. In a group, it's a lot easier. One person can kite him so that everyone else can shoot his back. Or you can go up here if you're solo to make it a little easier. But honestly, it's really hard shooting out those weak points. Remember, you can still damage him with character abilities, but hey, that is the, I would say, entirety of the Pyromaniac boss fight. Remember to shoot down its legs, shoot down its chest piece, shoot out its eyes. You'll do a ton of weak point damage, and the boss will fall. And then you can just go like this. The last thing I want to mention is these things. I think they recharge his energy a little faster, so you do want to shoot down the hummingbirds so he doesn't go immune. That's what I think they do. I believe they just recharge his immunity timer bar, so just shoot them down. Other than that, he's an easy boss once you have all of the DPS and the tankiness for him, and you can just shoot him, right? Yeah. If you have a Vesa, very easy, and should make it a lot nicer though. You can always chuck on any type of damage Descendant if you have, and it'll still do damage to him. It's just that, oh, there we go, a little lag, server spikes. It's just that obviously the chill Descendant will do more. Use your reconstructed device. I have nothing, no amorphous, unfortunate, but that is the entirety of the Pyromaniac boss fight. I know early on he seems tough, but the Pyromaniac, Devourer, Dead Bride, and all of the bosses in normal mode are just an early on mod skill check, as well as teamwork / build skill check. So as long as you build up your proper mods, throw on proper elements and damage and tankiness, and level up your mods a bit and give it enough time, you should be okay if you can just give him enough fire. If you're one of the tankier characters, or sorry, squishier characters, you might want to run in Publics if you have issues with survivability, but Publics can have issues with damage. So solo, it's easier, but the boss is always attacking you. On Public, it's harder, but you have less of the boss attacking you, and you can just focus fire a little more when he's attacking enemies, so, or like your allies. So both have an advantage and disadvantage. If you do it solo, let me know. If you do it in a Public, let me know. I was more of a solo guy, but yeah, I gotta get the last 3 hard mode bosses done now, and then maybe make videos on those. So let me know what you think, everybody. Sub, like, check out all the socials. You can use the First Descendant Nexon creator code, Pupsker #8809 if you want to support the channel, and if you ever buy anything in the game, or you can link up your account to be a supporter. So thank you so much. Cheers.